Good morning, everybody. Scott at Enduro America. Today we're working on the Barreto SG30 project. We've got a lot to do to this thing, so stay tuned. Alright, so let me get the camera turned around here, and I'm going to show you what I've done so far. And this is just basically like a very simple video, just to kind of rejuvenate the control stick. And then we're also going to go through the decals on this machine too, and I'll show you kind of the kit that I ordered. I'll turn this around. So I've gone ahead and cleaned this up. I've taken the heat gun here and I got basically all the backing and everything off of this. Now these things are ridiculous, guys. This little tiny piece of like plasticky rubber stuff that goes on here, this was like $70 for this stupid little thing. But it's going to make it look a lot better, it'll function better, and then not only that, which actually looks like we're going to have to pull this thing apart to be able to put this on properly too. But not only all that, it's going to protect this from the elements, which is good, because we've got this teeny tiny little switch right here that needs to be activated. So I'm going to go ahead and find, which looks like a couple Allen. Yeah, it's a bunch of Allen heads all the way through here. There's four, five, six of them. I'm gonna have to take that off, and then we'll take that off and put this thing on here. We'll fit it, and then we'll have to put it all back together. Hold tight for just a minute. I'll go get some tools. All right, so this is a 7/64, so that's what you're gonna need. You're gonna have to loosen this, and there's one that goes all the way through the very top section here as well. All right, so not the best camera angle, but that's what we're kind of going to have to work with. I'm going to go ahead and peel the backing off, and make sure that your hands and everything are really clean before you do this, because you don't want to contaminate the adhesive on the back of this either, because you want this thing to stick really well. And man, this thing is like so tiny and cheap too. It's just crazy what they charge for this one dumb little thing. So there it is. Backing is off, so let's get this positioned right. There we go. So, apply a little bit of pressure here. Make sure we got her stuck really well. Wow, you almost need like two hands to do this, because it's really difficult to hold this switch into place where it needs to be, and it has to be just positioned perfectly in here, right there. There we go. Okay, now we've got a tiny section of wire stuck right here in our channel that we need to be in, and this is just the spare wire that comes with these joysticks. They're not actually wired to anything. But they do keep them in there for some reason, I don't know why. Okay, that is back together. Now we need to get one of the screws here, if I can do that without losing it. I'm going to do this front one first, because that's kind of what's holding the entirety of this front section together. Cool. That's pretty much it. There. So there's the before and after. So we have a really nice functioning, much better looking setup here. So next we are going to take all of these decals off, and we're going to do all of the decals all the way around this machine, just kind of freshen it up. I bought that kit directly from Barreto as well, so they provide you a whole big section of decals here. So that turned out all right. So I didn't want to make an entire video on just replacing decals, because that's pretty boring, but you can see I actually left a few of them because they were in pretty good shape. But the majority of these got replaced. The little warning stuff, the Barreto stuff, all this up here. Oh, shoot, and this one's a little crooked too. That's kind of a bummer. See if I can, I don't think I can peel that back off. Did everything up here entirely new. We've got the Made in USA sticker there. Actually, it doesn't look terrible, but it is a little crooked. All new Grease Daily stickers, and pretty much all the Zerks. I'm not doing anything with the head yet. Now, as you guys know, if you've watched the previous video when I bought this, we had determined that this head, because of the bolt holes down here, are bad. If you can see those, they're ground right through, and this thing was like wallowed out. I've got the wheel is still sitting over there. I just moved it over here because it was a little easier to mess with it. But this entire piece from here all the way down is getting replaced. So this pin has to come out, and then this pin has to come out to take the hydraulic off, and then this whole thing is going to come off. We'll replace all this stuff on both sides, and then put the motor and everything back on the new one. I probably didn't have to buy the head. I could have had this repaired, but I wanted it to be right. I didn't want to have to question it. I didn't want the next owner, when I sell this machine, to question it. So I thought, we're going to buy an entire new head, and there's no question about it. It's going to be exactly how it needs to be. This machine only has 194 hours on it. So, I mean, as far as it's fairly new. This thing is in really good shape. It runs fantastic. Everything else checked out just fine. And I did put a new battery cover on it too down here, which I gotta find the hardware for. For some reason they didn't send the hardware with it, and I asked for that, but we'll figure that out after. But so we did all that. We did the little cover up here, which is really nice. Got that fixed up. I did all new fuel lines and a fuel filter and a fuel shutoff on this one as well. The fuel filter on it didn't look that great, so I figured I'll replace that, and then I did the shutoff as well. But this machine is coming along, guys. It's looking a heck of a lot better. I think once we get the head on, I'll test it, and then it's probably going to go up. I don't know if we're going to eBay this, try to sell it locally, or what. The local market for stuff like this, we live in the desert, so this isn't really a fantastic thing to be selling in the desert. Anything, stump grinder, trencher, all that, the stuff that I have sitting here basically. That trencher I'm probably going to throw up on eBay just to see what happens with it. And then I've got two of these grinders. One was kind of my personal one. That one has a lot more hours than this, so I thought, well, if in the long run I sell one or the other, maybe I'll sell that one first just because it has higher hours. And this one, I mean, that one and this one are pretty similar. That one has brand new tracks and all the good stuff on it too. But I don't know. We'll see what happens. But just wanted to give an update. If you guys like these videos, go ahead and like and subscribe, and we will catch you in the next one.